eBay's coming for you. You're all krill. Find out why in this video. So, big news. eBay bought TCG Player. What is an eBay? You know what eBay is. What is a TCG Player? Well, it was probably the largest marketplace for buying Magic the Gathering singles, a collectible card game, except for eBay itself. So, maybe a direct competitor to eBay, but not really. eBay's bigger than that. Now, recently, TCG Player bought Channel Fireball, which was another very large marketplace for Magic the Gathering things, as well as some other social stuff with videos and tournaments and that sort of stuff. So that was purchased by TCG Player recently, and eBay recently bought TCG Player. And it's within this few months that all this has happened, and it makes me think of back when Wizards of the Coast bought TSR, the company that made Dungeons and Dragons. Originally, the CEO of TSR had reached out to the CEO of the company that made Legend of the Five Rings, and that CEO couldn't afford TSR. So they suggested to Peter Atkinson, the CEO of Wizards, that he could purchase TSR, which he had inquired about, but had been maybe denied at first. So this sort of roundabout way of making this deal is kind of similar, I guess, and especially when you look at the idea that Hasbro purchased Wizards shortly thereafter, and Hasbro had stated the reason they bought Wizards of the Coast was because they had not just Magic the Gathering, but also Dungeons and Dragons, and a license to print Pokemon. So it was those two things with the addition of the license that had made Hasbro think it was a company worth buying because it wasn't a one-trick pony. So all of these things converging at once could be a coincidence, but I think it's possible that this deal with eBay purchasing TCG Player, the inroads may have been made long ago. And it's possible that eBay itself has suggested TCG Player buying Channel Fireball. So I'm not saying that that's necessarily the case. I'm just saying that that's it's not even really my instinct on that. It's just maybe it happened. But what this really means is that eBay is now, I mean, it already probably was the sort of premier marketplace for getting Magic the Gathering product online, except, I guess, if people are using Amazon to actually buy booster boxes, but they're not really buying singles there. And the singles market is definitely dominated by eBay. Now, I worked at eBay in 2008, 2009, and one thing that I learned while working there is that eBay has very, very low overhead. Maybe it's more so today because the company has grown and it has done other things, including the consumer protection stuff that started to come in when I was working there. But back then, eBay had sort of no idea what to do with the money it was acquiring. And it was basically banking it. Probably investing it, I would imagine. It probably just wasn't sitting in a bank account somewhere. But they were sitting on large sums of cash and had thought about purchasing companies, but they really couldn't figure out what to purchase, what actually, fit with their business. Like, Facebook bought Instagram. That was a related thing. And, but eBay, the only other related thing to eBay was something like Amazon. And then eBay started seeing its competitors as things like Walmart, Target, and that sort of thing. But of course, they're also very expensive to purchase. So I think, for the most part, it sat on this cash until it could find other things to purchase. Prior to me working there were a bunch of sort of eBay clones in different European countries that people basically had set up their own version of eBay that looked exactly like eBay and functioned like eBay and used all of eBay's code. And instead of suing those people, they just bought those companies when they moved into those markets because it was just easier. So now eBay is probably still flush with cash and has been this whole time, which is, I've always found kind of strange. I got eBay stock when I was working for them, and they vested shortly after I stopped working for them. And I always thought that the stocks were undervalued. Now, I'm not an expert in any way, shape, or form. It just seemed to me that a company that doesn't know how to spend its money is probably doing quite well and probably is undervalued as a stock. But to get back to the TCG Player thing, I think that eBay may very well acquire other companies that do things that are within the marketplaces that eBay wants to, focus in on. And this suggests that Magic the Gathering singles, Pokemon singles, other collectible card games, but specifically Magic the Gathering singles, are lucrative for eBay. Either highly profitable for eBay, or they have other benefits, as in they bring in people to the website, and even if they weren't highly profitable, which they probably are, they also keep people on the website searching for more things to buy, and maybe they go into other categories that are also highly profitable. And it reminds me of some emails I was getting last year, the beginning of this year, the end of last year, as eBay was telling me that I should join this program called the eBay Vault, and that basically you would take your Magic singles, specifically graded singles, I think, and you would send them to eBay. eBay would keep them in a vault, and you'd be selling them on eBay, and eBay would basically guarantee their authenticity and ship them out to the customer, and the customer could feel like, they weren't going to be scammed, and then also, hopefully, there was some seller protection involved, or at least because it comforted the customer, they were less likely to maybe dispute the purchase afterwards because, eBay had authenticated it, and they were also in a graded case, preferably from a valued grading company like CGC or PSA or whatever, the ones that most people use to grade their cards, or the ones that are trusted the most, I guess. So eBay basically now has this vault for Magic cards. They don't have a vault for any of the other products they do, but maybe that's coming. And maybe eBay might be buying other companies that do business online for a specific market segment. Like, they've always kind of wanted to really push eBay Motors, and I don't know how successful they've been with that. But if there's an online marketplace that is one of the highest in America, I don't know what that is, and you see them purchase it, or if you see emails saying, hey, there's going to be an automotive parts vault or an auto vault or something like that, I don't know, maybe they'll buy Carvana, although I don't know if you could ever salvage the name of Carvana at this point, but who knows? Anyway, this is big news for people involved in Magic the Gathering, especially people who are buying and selling, flipping, whatever, Magic singles, trying to get reserve list singles, that kind of thing. But also just general players, because this kind of brings everything to one marketplace and creates, we're getting close, if not already at, a monopoly for Magic the Gathering singles. And while Magic the Gathering singles don't actually matter in the scheme of things, this isn't like having a monopoly over an entire nation's trade. This isn't like having a monopoly over browsers or search engines or, building, automotive parts or something like that. It's not something that people really, really need to survive. It's not, the biggest deal. But for people that are involved in Magic the Gathering, monopolies often result in higher prices. Not always, but often enough that you could say that forming a monopoly could lead to higher prices. But there are some people who've done, studies on monopolies about their benefits, and some of them are, an efficient marketplace or high quality or just, stability. And people like stability. So, Magic the Gathering card prices can be volatile. And so maybe the volatility disappears. Maybe that's one, benefit. Or I guess people that like to flip cards wouldn't see that as a benefit. But I'm just speculating what could happen here. And I wanted to talk about this $300 million purchase of TCG Player by eBay, coming on the heels of TCG Player's purchase of Channel Fireball. And now I'm not strictly a Magic channel, so for detailed analysis of what this means for Magic players, I'm sure a lot of people will be talking about this because it means a lot to both the player community and the investment community within the overall Magic the Gathering community. So check some of those videos out for their detailed analysis. But from my perspective, this was something that was eventually going to happen. And, it could have been Amazon, but eBay makes sense. It makes a lot more sense, especially if they still are sitting on wads and wads of cash. And more like this could be coming. In fact, it could be that eBay might start rolling out a marketing blitz, meaning that a lot of the, Magic the Gathering influencers, the YouTubers, the bloggers, the Twitter warriors, and I guess any of the Instagram stars for Magic the Gathering, if there are any, they might actually be approached by eBay and they might get, sponsorships or basically money from eBay to help promote eBay's vault, eBay's Magic the Gathering singles, and it might benefit them to do so. I'm probably never going to see that, so it doesn't really matter. But thanks for watching the video. Check out my other videos.